Hello everyone and welcome to Usually Fixing and Tinkering, and I am back at David's house to sort another problem on the Rover Coupe CVT, and it's a job that I was told about from the very start. So we've done the CVT fluid change, gearbox works, an absolute dream, beautiful, and obviously we've changed the coolant rail, bled the system correctly, no issues. The car has stood since then with minimal driving. But mainly, there's another issue that I didn't come to in the last video. Well, I aimed to get it done, but I didn't really have the time, really. And I thought it'd be a really good video to do completely separately. So we have a couple of issues with the driver's door, which was very evident the first time I took this car out for that review video I did. And it's this. What a beautiful car this is, honestly. Super, I just love this car. Right, driver's door. No, that's not right. Now we are parked on a slight hill, but yeah. Now it's a bit windy today, as you can see with the cover on this BMW. Now I'm just going to demonstrate on this side. Right, that is how a door check strap should actually operate. It should actually stop the door from just completely opening. See, look, it holds very, very nicely. But unfortunately on this side, it's gone so lazy that it just wanted to shut all the time, particularly parking on that incline as I was reviewing the car. But it's just gone completely sloppy and lazy. It's just worn down. There is nothing you can do to repair this other than replace, and I'm going to take the door card off and get this replaced. The other problem is, as you could probably pick up from the camera, there is a bit of a noise coming from the actual mounting of the check strap, which it's not usually. Cars are bolted using a couple of bolts, but Rovers and many cars of this age use pins. And what we have here is a bit of a problem with this pin. If I can just demonstrate, look at that. That is so worn, it's untrue. That pin, hear that? Yeah, every time I move it, this pin is just moving. So I'm going to bash that up anyway. I need to take that out to get this out, and there's a couple of 10mm bolts on that side. But we're going to have to take the door card off because we obviously, to put the new one in, we need to sort that out. So we've got two separate problems here with this. The other side is absolutely fine. So I'm going to get cracking with this. So we've got a couple of points to look at. Bit different to the Rover 45 door cards. Rover R8 door cards. So we've got one screw there. I've got another screw. I'm going to take out this panel here. Potentially this comes out, I'm not sure. Screw here, screw down here. And there's a couple of screws around the side, and I think one on, there's one somewhere here, I suspect, down there, yes. And then you just pull it up, watch this obviously, and pull it at an angle, disconnect the electrics, and off you go. I've got a feeling that this will just pull out. Yeah, that's a good start, Andrew. It just pulls out, so it just literally clips in like that, and this piece is inserted into this hole. So that's to start off with. Let's go. Right. Give us a pick. Not to damage the door card in any respect. Oh, that's gone. Ah, lovely. So it's just a little capping. Don't lose that. As I say, use these tools. So you are going to need a couple of these bits and pieces. Now we have exposed a screw there, and we've got a screw up there as well. Okay, so I've got to take this off in the same manner. As I say, I'm going very carefully because you don't want to make two unfortunately you can't help but make some indentations. There we go. Okay, another one. So just be very careful. Excuse the sun, ladies and gentlemen. So just take all these out. Several screws all over the place. Just take them out nice and gently. Apparently you have to be very careful with this screw here, because I actually see the problem. It's right at an angle, And apparently it is a common fault where these handles actually break, because obviously you're pulling it, and if that's not secured, it's putting stress on the plastic. So you must make sure that when you put that screw back in, that it actually is really back in, because that's half the problem. But this is a lovely interior, I have to say. I think it's a incredibly rare interior for what people say, because it's just this lovely red spotted interior. It's just superb. And I'm not a massive fan of these dashboards, but when it's done in this sort of two-tone grey and sort of beigey sort of look, I actually prefer this to the grey sort of dashboards you get on a lot of R3 bubble cars. And no, the dashboards in them don't look great in that colour. It has to be a sort of dew tone. There's one down here. Now this one seems to have some sort of washer on it, so right, it's got some sort of clip on it down here, so I've got to be careful. So I remember to pop that down there on that carpet. Lovely Rover 200 series carpet, quality carpets, everything's quality. Right, so that's loose. I'll take one out. There's no real order to the way I'm doing this, but just don't lose any screws, Andrew. That might be beneficial. There we go. There you go. Put that down there. And this surround should just angle itself away. There we go. Okay. Angle that through there. Okay. Lovely. So it just angles straight in. Quite a very nice design, that. And instead of having a massive hole for the lever, it's just a nice design. I'll probably put some GT85 on that while I'm here, but we'll just be careful of all these, because these are all colour coordinated. Now that's sorted, and we can get a bit of looseness in here. And then we come round to the back here. Just take a couple of these off as well. Right, now that is quite a big screw that goes in that one. I've got a feeling that will be a big screw, and that will be a big screw. So just have it in mind where the screws have come from, and have a use of this as a reference point. Good job on videoing, because back in the day I wouldn't have bothered to take pictures, and I'd be like, oh, where's the screw gone? What screw goes in there? I mean, this screw is like a brass coloured one. But you don't know whether some different screws have been fitted over the years. As this door card being off for some reason, maybe the electric windows packed up. That's the usual reason for getting these door cards off, or if there's a problem with the central locking or the locking in general. Now, might need just a bit of persuasion for this one. Yeah, oh, fantastic. Nice and beige. Really sloppy, this handle. Right, David's going to be the cameraman, because as I say, I don't think it was necessary to do that. See, learning mistakes, my friend. So one thing I've got to be careful of is the electrics. It pulls up, there we go. Yeah, it comes out at the same time, and oh yes, we've got some electrics going on here. So what I've got to do is just press these tabs in and pull. There we go, there's one, and there's two. There we go, we're completely free. Oh goodness me, oh, that was difficult. So yeah, we can see what's going on here, guys, is that this screw kind of goes off this tag here, and it's part of the, you can't really take it out unless you're very, very, very careful. It kind of goes through the material as well. You can push it through that way, but it didn't really want to come out, and I'll just leave it where it is. But everything else is sort of popped on with these, and they're all intact actually, which is really good. But the door handle itself, yeah, I think if I'm right, the screw for the bottom door handle goes through there. And oh yes, we are right, it goes in there, so we did need to take it off. There you go. So I was right, you do have to take the lower screw out. I was thinking that's a bit weird of a design, so I'm going to pop this up here. Just going to be try not to damage the paint. Hopefully that will stay there. Quite interesting. Thanks, David. And just a camera assistant today. That really helps. Doing it one-handed is not fun. This is the power control unit for the window ECU, and it's nice to see if someone's gaffer taped the weather shield. I've thrown the weather shields around Beatrix. I didn't really want to bother, but I have got to get access in here, so I've got to pull some of this back because I need access to this. Now, I think the best way of doing this is because the striker is here, the latch is here, the check plate is here, check strap I should say. You've got to take this out. We need this completely and utterly removed. It's had someone ingressing in it at some point, but I'll take these screws out. Oh God, this is a big thing. I'll just disconnect these two. So the clear one goes on the left and the black one goes on the right. I'll remember that one, putting it back together. Wow, that's rather big. Goodness me. It's got its own little box. How handy. Look at the company that made this. Pectron. Honest to God. Well, at least they probably made some decent things back in the day. Right, okay. I don't know if you can see what's going on in here, but we need to get that striker out. Well, where is it? It's there. There we go. That's the bugger. We need to get it out from the other side. Lovely. Well, this is going to be easy. 210 mils, he says. Yes. Just my 1/4 inches in here. It's very greasy, this. This is a very greasy subject. I'm going to put some grease on this when we're finished. It is ideal. Just get in there. There we go. It won't fall off because we've got the pin, but the door won't stay. There we go. Right. So all loose. Now we need to get this blasted pin out. Well, there's no other way of doing it than this, to be honest. We're just going to give it a bit of a clobber. There we go. That's gone. Right. There we go. Gone. This is quite worn. I can actually tell. Yeah, it's quite worn on its shaft. I'll just put that down there. It's full of grease. Right, okay, and we are free. And we can literally just drop the thing. Oh, goodness me. Yeah, there's a lot of grease on this. But you can't really tell that these are worn, but they just go really lazy. I've had to replace a couple on my Focus because of this issue. Right, so we've got some. That's the parts number. Now this is for the checker strap rear door. Now don't worry, guys, we haven't made a mistake. This is the one that fits a coupe. So a coupe uses the rear door check straps of a normal R8, believe you me. So yeah, it's nice and brand new. Fantastic. Right, it's all ready to go on. I think, and then we've got a pin, which is a brand new one from Discount MG Rover Spares. So yeah, interesting. Right, I'll pop that on in a second, and we'll just hook this back through. Okay. Right, if we look at these guys, just before I get this wrong, okay. This is the one that came out. It's stuck in a kind of an angle. It shouldn't really be like this, worn that way over the years. But this is the top side, and it's got a bit of a gully in it. This one, just make sure you got a gully on this side. You don't want to put it in the wrong way, okay? I don't think the consequences would be massive if you did that, but just make sure that this goes in the correct way. Oh, goodness me, it's filthy. Ow. Just stick this back in. There we go, fantastic. Right, now just go line it up and get the bolts in. Oh, it's really nice and new. Okay, just tighten them up nice and gently. There we go. Now we can try. This is the fiddly bit. Now what we got to do is I'm going to get the new pin, which is kind of here. Excuse my knees, ladies and gentlemen. That's the Rover part number, by the way. BDM 1050. You got an R8. You got a warm pin. Yeah. I'm used to bolts rather than pins. I think there's a reason why manufacturers stopped using pins. They just used to wear all the time. And the best thing is, I can't even find the pin in this. Oh, it's here. When you can't even find what you've got. Oh, it's in a smaller packet. Ah, there's a new one. Fantastic. Okay. Fantastic. I think if I get the old one back out, there's a lot of wear on the middle part of that shaft, actually. Just this bit where my finger is, that's where the wear is. Now, the ideal situation is we've got to kind of angle this in. So, David, if you bring the door just a bit down, there we go. We've already lined it in. So, literally, it's just a case of popping the shallower end down and trying to line it up as you're doing it. It's just a case of sort of jiggling it about. So, just give it a bit of a coating. We did give it a bit of a clean up in this area. So yeah, GT85, superb product, and we'll go again. So just angle this in and just move this in here. Well, that's gone in nicely, actually. Yeah, that's. Oh yeah. It's just come through on the bottom side. Just, as I say, have an assistant do this and just keep on persevering. There we go. To annoy all the neighbours, we have done it. That is in. Right. Let's just move all this and just bash that out of the way. Oh God, this one's struggling as well. It's because of the hill. Now, it wasn't doing that before. It wasn't even staying put on the last bit. But there is now no more noise of that door. Just not at all, nothing. In fact, it's an unfair test, that is. We'll test that on that hill in a second. But done. Well, a lovely little job that is. Very satisfying, and there's no play whatsoever. Just remove a bit of excess from the side. I will put a bit of GT85 on these runners. I was going to grease this, but the truth is, I'm not a massive fan of grease sometimes because it just attracts rubbish. So plenty of lubricant in there, and just pop it all back together again. You don't want to watch that, do you? Well, that was a bit of a pain, that was actually. The bottom screw down here was a bit of a pain to line up. Everything was took a bit of jiggling and took a bit of teamwork to get it all lined in, but they can all go back in just as long as you don't over tighten anything. Just put that plug back in. Lovely, fantastic. That handle is nice and stiff. Trim in, handle in. Good. And I'll just line up this bit of trim and just pop it back in very gently. There we go, lovely. All in a day's work in the Rover world. I'm going to leave this here, but this is how simple it is to replace a very lazy door check strap, and it's very much worth trying at home. It's a very simple job. The hardest bit is the door card, the faffy bit. You don't want to break a door card, especially something so quite rare as this. But anyway, I'm going to just put a bit of GT85. We put a little bit of bitumen at the bottom of the door just to stop rust and all that. But apart from this, we're all good. Anyway, another job done in the world of Rover. Take care, guys. Well, in the world of Honda Concerto, the birds seem to have enjoyed lots of droppings, so I think multi-purpose oil really isn't beneficial. We haven't got any tar remover. Goodness me, look at that. God, jeez. The birds don't like Honda Concertos. You'll be seeing this in another episode very shortly. What the heck is that? Oh my god, this is the worst poo I've seen. Can you believe it? No, I can't. I don't believe it.